Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Seabeard's Podcast. My name is Levi, this is Nick, and this is John.
Jack.
Second John that we've had on the podcast. Second John, second guest. It all fits.
Weirdly enough, the rest of the podcast, we're just going to call him Jack. It's weird. So have you guys played the game Rampage on the N64?
I don't think I have.
Okay,
What about on the? Isn't it like? It's on a bunch of platforms. It's not just on.
Probably, but I think
Everything
the first one came out on the N64.
No. Fight
No, I think
arcade game,
I think it's you're right.
Arcade game?
It is an arcade game first.
and then I believe there's a Rampage for like Super Nintendo or something.
Still a Nintendo product.
Sure.
So that's, at that point, you're quibbling.
No, I'm just saying. It's,
N64
he said the first one on Nintendo 64.
I said the first one, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So
PlayStation.
That was
What?
probably after.
Yeah. Cool. It might have been on PlayStation 2 also. But so there's these three characters, like a gorilla, a lizard, and like a wolf type thing.
Okay.
And your sole goal is to destroy the town. And so I'm thinking that's what they got going on here, because they're even the same colors, you know?
Yeah.
And they got some town going on there.
So yeah, it's
Maybe relating to Structures Brewing.
the three-way IPA brought to you by Fort George and two other breweries. In this case, in this year of 2020, Structures Brewing and Level Beer have collaborated.
Yeah, never heard of either of those two.
I think I've been to Structures Brewing. I think that's okay, I don't know. Now I'm questioning if it's a Portland or
What is true?
Northern Washington. I don't know. They're both around here in the area.
Sure, probably. But yeah, it was a great game because your sole goal was to destroy the town, and then you also had like mini challenges, like you had to eat this person or this many people with hats or something like that. So you would eat people too.
That's a little more.
It's all in good fun.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is gonna be
the Juice Boy.
I've had like just start pouring it, and it's just like you're pouring
Wet dream.
you're pouring orange juice in a glass.
Nah, dog.
Do you want to talk about why I have to use the ball?
No,
I just have to use the ball.
yeah.
Very well.
Sorry to say very well or very.
Oh, very well.
I heard.
Well, he's into the whole ball thing, so
Yeah. Not fitting.
so you've had the ball once before.
I have, yes.
What is your experience?
Well, last time it messed with my enjoyment of the flavors.
Yeah,
Like,
completely
it just
cut off your sniff. You know?
Yeah. And so it made the beer taste flat. And
I haven't had that experience.
Yeah. Do you remember what beer you had out of that?
I know. That was some time ago.
Fair enough.
Maybe you just had a bad beer.
Could have been. Could have been.
I do like the way it looks in this glass.
No, it's
That's cool.
like if you were just taking pictures of a beer, great one to do.
Really cool.
It was hard to judge like how much head I wanted to leave on there.
You did great. Normally,
I mean,
I spill it everywhere. So.
I still have some can.
Well, then you could switch to the can if it's,
You're saying you're going to pour it from the ball back into the can?
No, I meant like
Because I don't think that's possible.
Good
he's
luck.
like,
Good
oh
luck
man,
with that.
this is fucking up with my taste. Okay, so you have to give your first impressions. Smell, taste, like anything. Just your first impressions.
Nothing super in depth. You just
Sure. Well, again, trying to smell it through this small opening.
You're not professional.
I'm not a professional. I am a guest beer, so I have not done this before.
I love this beer. I've had last year's variation of it. I thought that was pretty good. I think
So you love this beer because you have last year's variation.
I enjoyed last year's version a lot.
Yes. Because this,
You're right. Totally different every year.
Allegedly.
Only once a year, apparently.
but it's apparently there's a ridiculous amount of Simcoe hops, which means you and I will probably like it.
I mean, you had
Yes.
it.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I had a mouthful of that.
Sick.
Sounds like a good weekend.
As everyone's apt to do once or twice in their life.
Totally.
So now that I've taken a drink out of this, I can smell it better.
Yeah, a little bit more breathing room there.
Yeah. It smells good. I like the scent.
What is the scent?
IPA.
Putting you on the spot.
I mean, it smells like an IPA.
It smells like a beer.
I don't know what to tell you. And then, so I can't tell you what it tasted like while I was drinking it, because it didn't.
Interesting. It smells that big for you while drinking?
I think so.
Did we fuck you? Should we really just get you a normal glass?
Yeah, at this point we're committed.
Alright.
But the aftertaste was quite enjoyable, very smooth. Not a lot of... some beers, the aftertaste is like, wow, okay.
Right.
It just was kind of more of the same that I was smelling.
I feel that. Yeah, I'm getting pretty tried and true from the beginning to the end on this. From the beginning to the end on this beer, it kind of just has it changes a little bit, but very subtle journey, if you will. Yeah.
To me, it's very much like, I think it's like pineapple forward. It kind of makes me think of like the tropical orange juices. Have you had like those where they like put like mango and pineapple into orange juice?
Yes.
Because when you say like tropical, I go like full mango pineapple, and it's not that. It's like a tropical twist on a orange,
yeah,
a citrus base.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's good. It's not very heavy either, which is nice.
No,
I thought it would be.
it's not.
It looks heavy.
And I wouldn't have even picked out the pineapple until you said that. Once I thought about it, you're right.
That's like, I feel like that's how, and I think I was the same way getting into coffee too, where I'm like, fucking tastes like coffee. I just tastes like burnt ass beans. What do you want from me?
You're like, I enjoy it.
I don't taste toffee nut. I don't taste the rich mahogany leather. I don't, like, what are you on about over here? But like, if someone says, all right, taste this is what this tastes like. Like, objectively, most people can agree that have a refined taste, like, this is kind of what this tastes like. So someone tells you that's what that tastes like, and then you taste that flavor again, then you can kind of put the taste to the word, or word to the taste, I guess.
Yeah, the question is, are you being lied to?
That sounds like a great new reality game.
I say pineapple, and you're like, oh yeah, I can see that. But like, really?
Did you make that up?
No, that's my experience.
But you could have.
But I could have.
Yeah.
And then you could have tasted it and had pineapple in your brain, and be like, let's see that.
So, like, not like lie. Yeah, I don't know if lie is the right word, but kind of like placebo effect going on. Like, that does happen, I think, a lot. And that's why I don't like reading about flavor profiles at this point.
It would be fun to do, like, set up, like, short podcast episodes where, like, we know what the beer tastes like, but we intentionally,
Throw people
like,
off.
mislead the person we're drinking a beer
That's
with.
funny.
And just to see, like, if they're like,
Just don't say
I don't get that.
Just don't say mahogany, because I'm not going to believe you.
Burnt-y ash.
This has some leathery notes.
Kind of tastes like week old sock. You know?
That's my favorite description for, like, people who are talking about scotch.
Week old sock?
No. Like leather.
Oh.
Like they compare like peaty scotches to like leathery, and to me, like, I don't understand, mostly because I've never eaten leather.
That's fair.
I'm not too keen on it either.
But it's like, to me, it's one of those experiential words, like you associate peaty scotch with leather.
Or do they mean the scent of leather? 'Cause
No, that's probably what they do. And
yeah.
because like peaty's very like aromatic.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the scent of leather is definitely a thing.
Oh yeah, it smells glorious, as does scotch.
Maybe that's all they need. They both smell good.
Yeah.
They don't even smell similar. They just both smell good.
No.
Happen, man.
Do you enjoy the scent of leather?
I do.
Okay.
I do enjoy the scent of leather.
Good old mitt.
No,
Baseball.
I'm not familiar.
You never played baseball?
I played t-ball when I was a small child.
That's good.
Once.
You were a child.
And well, I mean, if I'm going to play baseball or some form of it, I would probably need to play t-ball as an adult.
Well,
I played softball
It's a
with
different-
our company once.
That counts.
It wasn't very successful.
Did you do it?
I liked going for beers beforehand and or after.
right. And during?
Yeah.
Or was
I
that
do.
not allowed since it was continuous?
I don't know. Don't know.
I would anyways. Like it's not illegal to, so.
Well, it is because you're drinking in public,
But you like,
and usually it's on like schools.
what if you cover it up? You know, it's-
Still legal. Just
But like, what?
It's
It's just a
illegal.
soda. It's like you can't just like force me to show you that this is a beer. It's a soda. I'm telling you that.
listen. I'm not advocating against public drinking. I'm just telling you what it's
Oh man, what an
in a
old
lot.
law, right? Drink
I
in
don't. I
public.
have no idea.
What an old law.
It seems like an old law.
Because you can drink on the patio of a restaurant.
As long as it's fenced in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
On a sidewalk, basically.
No,
And
it's
that's
a
all-
fenced inside.
Yeah, but that's all of a sudden legal. It's such a fucking old law. Like, no one gives a shit. I feel like alcohol was more taboo back when. You know what I mean? Where it's very
Like
normal.
7 years ago.
Yeah, I guess. It's just very normalized now, I feel like.
Oh, 100 years ago was the prohibition, right?
I don't know. I want to do like some in-depth like studying of Prohibition era. It's an interesting time.
That's what do you want to learn?
Yeah, like what angle, what interests you?
I just want to know like what brought about it, what was
Yeah.
people's response, and like why both of those things happened. Like, because obviously we know the response, right? It wasn't good. And
Ultimately.
there's speakeasies and like counterculture against government, you know, overextending its power.
But you gotta
This
imagine
is the creation of a new government department just to fight it.
But you gotta imagine some people were for it, right?
Oh, yeah, it passed. I mean, it was an amendment that
Right.
passed. That's got to be 2/3 of the states.
Crazy.
That's
So-
nuts.
2/3 of the states had a majority of people that said, yeah, we want to do this.
See, this is why, you know, I'm an anarchist and I don't believe in democracy.
I mean,
people are dumb.
Yeah, clearly, if
Well-
the state illegalized,
We don't even live in a democracy. That's a misnomer.
that's fair.
Yeah, we live in that.
It's a
Republic.
constitutional republic.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
still, right? Like the idea that
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically the protection that a republic has over democracy is that majority doesn't.
Yeah, you ever watch
No,
Star
you
Wars?
don't want it to.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying like that's the protection of a republic versus
So
a,
that mob mentality
Yeah.
doesn't rule every decision we make. Yeah.
But did you ever watch Star Wars? That Republic didn't work out. Fucking Palpatine killed their ass, man. It just doesn't work. We're shown time and time again.
In popular fiction.
Yes.
is it even popular?
I disagree.
I mean,
like worldwide.
serious question.
Okay.
How many
Watch
times?
your fucking step, bud.
How many times? Star Wars better watch its step because how many times can a film series survive and keep making money after repeatedly shooting itself in its feet?
So at least 9.
No, yeah. But okay, so the original trilogy, I think people only had a problem with the third movie, and even that has
I wouldn't even agree with that.
no, I wouldn't either. But as far as the 3 movies, people disliked the last one the most,
Okay, fair.
and there's a lot of people that thought there's a lot of stupid ass shit in that movie. Like the whole fucking karaoke scene in Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking weird. Very unnecessary.
Wouldn't you do karaoke in Jabba's Palace if you had the chance?
But you got
yeah.
you got to also admit like the entire trilogy was like very campy and like weird, unnecessary shit.
But for it's so
you gotta remember when it came out.
that's what
No,
I'm thinking.
It's campy by
I'm not complaining. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like it is what it is. So like that stuff in the third movie though, it's like more so doesn't detract because it's in that era of
But I guess I compare it to the sequels, like the newest trilogy. the original trilogy doesn't look campy at all
compared to
the newest one, where they're making 2019 jokes and like humor in it, and there's all this current dialogue that just doesn't make sense for the universe. Personally,
right. Well, so you guys are a little younger than me.
Okay.
So the episode 1 through 3, came out when you were.
I grew up then. I think first grade. First grade,
right.
episode 1 came out in '99.
So I was born the same year that the first movie came out.
Yeah, great.
So I grew up with the original trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
and then was a fan for since I saw it as a younger child.
Well, I was 2,
right?
Mind you, because first grade. I am how old? 6 years old.
Wait, you're talking about episode 1?
Episode 1 came out in
You're talking about episode 4.
No. I grew up with 4, 5, 6 before I watched episode 1.
Okay, seriously.
Like from birth was just watching these movies. Like,
right.
When I was a kid, I didn't watch Disney movies. I watched Jurassic Park and Star Wars. That's all I watched.
So you watched the original trilogy as a kid?
Yes.
No, you're not really a fan, so I don't know.
I did. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Okay. So because I was talking to my oldest child about this.
Yeah.
And he grew up with episode 1 through 3, and so those were like he loves them despite the stupid things that were done in. Like, he loves it despite Jar Jar. Right. He loves it despite Sam. Right. So he kind of forgives it because he grew up with it and it was like formative for him. And that's the original trilogy for me. I didn't see any of those things as bad until I became an adult.
Yeah.
Literally, you could, objectively critique it. But now I grew up with the original trilogy. People your age and a little bit younger grew up with the episode 1 through 3. And then this trash 7 through 9 came out.
We gotta pause.
Okay.
There we go.
And so that's. I'm sorry, I was going to try to just act like nothing happened. So.
I don't know where we left off.
So Jack was talking about
nostalgia covers up
his,
all the mistakes.
Yeah, he was talking about his oldest kid and how he sees almost no faults, more or less, in the prequels. And Jack thinking about it.
See, like, even though I grew up, quote unquote, with 1, 2, and 3, I don't remember like being a fan. I think the only thing I remember being a fan of was Darth Maul.
Oh, it's fucking badass.
Because there's nothing wrong with Darth Maul at all.
Fucking amazing.
One of the best characters in all of the films.
From all of the content ever created in Star Wars. I mean, even because spoiler alert, he doesn't die in episode 1.
Allegedly.
He doesn't. And
allegedly.
It's fucking rad.
Allegedly.
You have to watch the Clone Wars series and the Rebel series.
We've talked about this. Are both of those canon or
yes.
not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't care what Disney says.
No, Disney says they are.
I don't care one way or the other. They can say it is or not.
But didn't they come out and say they weren't canon? I thought there was stuff that they said.
They did. They said everything wasn't canon, and then they kind of backpedaled.
That's what I thought happened. They said everything outside of the films wasn't canon, and then they were like, well, now that we're doing the shows too, these are kind of canon.
Yeah, because Kathleen Kennedy backpedaled because she got called out for saying that they didn't have a lot of world content to draw from to create more content. And
Kathleen said that?
Yes, and people were like,
Nick doesn't give a fuck.
Excuse me? Huh?
Nick doesn't give a fuck.
About
what she said?
Yeah, what she says at all.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I just hate Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
you just don't share.
There's scores and scores of books. There's shows. There's the movies, the Christmas special, which is
not to be spoken of. But the Solo movie that came out not too long ago.
So good.
All of those ideas.
Solo might be my favorite movie.
Okay.
All of Star Wars. All of Star Wars.
You told me, not long ago, a month or so, you guys watched Rogue One, and you're like, oh, I actually forgot how good that was.
That's fair.
So, but either way, all the movies, Rogue One and Solo are your favorites.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, which is fair. I think Rogue One is one of the best films. I would put it up there with the original trilogy, honestly. it's such a fantastically done film.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd put it up there with the original trilogy, but it is good.
I think it's amazing that they created something that they basically created a war movie that was just in the Star Wars universe, and it feels equally in and out of the universe.
I think the character development that we experienced through Rogue One and Solo is far superior than
it makes most sense.
the original trilogy.
Oh,
Yeah.
The original
the
trilogy.
original trilogy?
Yeah.
How do you figure? I think Luke's character arc makes a total sense.
I don't think it does. I like
How not?
because to me, like, you kind of jump around in mentality for Luke. Like, you don't, like, 1 second he's a Jedi, the next second he's just kind of like a whiny bitch.
Well, here's what I think.
Like,
You're talking about in the original trilogy.
yeah,
Here's what I think.
Hello.
yeah,
Here's what I think you're getting at, though, is so between episode 4 and 5, A New Hope and Empire, he finds out that he's to be a Jedi. Like, that's like his destiny, more or less, is to become that. His father was, Obi-Wan says he should train to be, and then when he finds Yoda, he's training to be a Jedi, and he does go back and forth between these emotions of being like, train to be a Jedi, and then like, oh, look at my friends, but like, he's not a Jedi yet, and I think it's that like coming of age tale for him where he is in that middle ground. So he is kind of floppy, if you will. He's
Teenage angst.
yeah.
No, I get like the reasoning behind like attributing like the coming of age thing
But I'm
to
saying
his attitudes. But what I'm saying is there's not a lot of like direct development to drive him out of that in my like.
That's what I'm saying. I think he experiences a lot in that middle movie that get him to where he is in the third movie. Because in the third movie, he acts insanely more mature.
Yeah.
About everything.
No, but that's my issue is that like, I'm not saying that he didn't develop. I'm saying like the
big jump.
the build to that like it feels weird to me.
Okay.
I can
Compared
see
to
that between 5 and 6.
There's a lot of missing time in there, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of missing time.
Sure.
And he shows up looking like a grown man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? Like, which in Empire,
Mhm.
still looks like a young man.
Right.
And then suddenly in Jedi, he shows up at Jabba's
Is it
looking like
how many years?
Middle
Is
age.
it 3 years between each movie? Do you remember?
in real life.
Yeah. So
So
77 for the first one, right?
yeah, it was 83 for the last.
Oh, really? No way. Oh, 8. Sorry, for the
Yeah,
last.
so 3
Yeah,
years.
Yeah, so 3 years between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, each movie.
But I like that in there's obviously like era context and budgets and
Totally.
how
Like,
many people are writing stories and all that stuff. So maybe if the original series was redone, the writing would have been a little more
No, I would.
added more context around.
I would throw myself in traffic if modern writers rewrote.
No, I'm
Something like
no, I'm not saying. I don't mean rewrote. I mean like if it was made today, like Star Wars didn't exist,
If it
and
was
then
made today,
Episode 4
it
was
would be
made
trash,
today.
just like 7 or 9.
I don't know.
No, I think it would be trash. But hear me out. If you just redid what was made, like pretty much like dialogue, like verbatim, shot for shot, like you just clean up some of the shots maybe, and obviously with like
Without
nowadays
the-
technology.
Without the fake ass revisionist history that Lucas tried to pull with like, no, he didn't.
Yeah. Well, and did I showed you that video of the remastered version
Yes.
of Vader
And that's
versus
fantastic.
Obi-Wan?
Yes.
Have you seen that?
I would love to put that.
I'll have to show you that because it's like obviously the Obi-Wan Vader fight scene was like pretty fucking shitty.
Silly.
Yeah.
But like realistically, if they banged the swords too hard together, they'd fucking shatter. They shattered so many swords.
Yeah.
Doing that, and so it's like it's kind of got to be more of a little bitch fight because of the technology they had. They were working the budget they were working with.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I think if they redid it, but just stayed true to what it was and not really played with the dialogue, not really played with the plot or the shots.
My point is, I just think the writing in Solo and Rogue One is superior to 4, 5, 6.
Totally.
And that's a fair comment to make. I won't argue.
And personally, fuck J.J. Abrams. Personally,
You fucked him?
yeah.
No, pass.
When I heard he was going to be the director,
honestly.
when I heard he was going to be the director of Episode 7, I was like, it doesn't give me a good feeling. Like, I don't think he was going to be good. And sure enough, it's just like cheesy, like campy, current dialogue that's ass.
Honestly, for me, even Ray as the main character, I don't find appealing for the story. Like,
Yeah.
Ray is the main character, and Kylo Ren is the villain. Trash. Both of them.
I think their characters were just written badly. I think they could have.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it could have worked.
Yeah,
it could have.
Nothing to do with the actors.
Right.
I'm talking about the character themselves.
Yeah.
Just trash.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't love Kylo as an actor, at least in Star Wars.
I watched.
well, again, like, there's only so much you can do with that writing.
Sure.
So I've seen
maybe
some other stuff where he's
actually good.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Because I'm with you.
At least in Star Wars, like he was good. Both of them were going full Twilight.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
And
that's a good way to put it.
Who directed Twilight? Was it J.J. Abrams?
I doubt it.
Fucker.
I'm
gonna pretend he did. Son of a bitch.
But yeah, horrible.
So bad. So bad.
We should rate this beer.
Can do.
We're getting to the end.
Can do. That's true.
So how's this rating scale work?
So it used to be dog shit, and you'd have had a bad time with it. Sorry, previous John, that we had a bad scale for you. We have since improved upon it. It's a 1 through 5, and in 0.5 intervals. They each have a word to attribute to them, and then that word has some descriptors that kind of help aid you in
Below is kind of how we
Gotcha.
define, so like what our meaning behind it.
Yeah. So we'll let you kind of glance over this while we kind of dissect what we're feeling, because we also up top here we go through everything like look, smell, taste, feel, thoughts about it.
Okay.
So you can read through that, and we'll ask your opinion on some of these while you're reading that.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think any of us are fucking idiots, and we could pretty easily say it just looks like a juice boy.
Yep.
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple orange juice boy.
Yep.
Very not clear.
The head was a little sea foamy.
Not in color, correct?
No,
Texture?
in texture.
Sea foam.
Yeah. It was just kind of like very bubbly, and then just
Just done. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
I
true.
agree. 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Which
and like large
was
bubbles.
weird.
It wasn't like a smooth microfoam. It was like pretty bubbly.
absolutely.
And it did dissipate pretty quick.
Smell. If you kind of want to dive into that, we've kind of talked a bit about that up front. Not sure if there's much more we could extrapolate from that, but
I mean, it kind of smells like. Weirdly enough,
are you laughing at our words, or are you laughing at me?
No, I'm
which
laughing at this ranking scale.
Okay.
in a good way or a bad way.
Well, I don't know, because like it makes sense that 0 to 0.5 would be referred to as undrinkable, absolute utter dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then I laughed at will puke before next sip pouring this out.
Yeah. Like, that's a beer that you can't drink.
Any more of physically.
Maybe an example of that could be the Citradelic for you by New Belgium. I don't know. You make up your own mind about it, but
Weirdly enough, I don't know if you agree with this, either of you. I actually smell like the alcohol. There's like a little burn in that smell.
Really?
I don't know that I actually got that.
Well,
I'll hand you my glass here.
Here's the thing: you've handicapped me on the smell, so
True. Yeah, I don't trust your opinion on this at all.
I don't know.
Just take a little bit. It's got like a little like sharp aroma. It's deep in there.
okay.
I could give you sharp. I don't know. Like,
But
I guess I see.
anyways,
I don't know.
I just said it's an odd thing I picked up on. That's it.
Fair enough.
Fair
enough.
But primarily hops, pineapple.
I see the sharp scent you're talking about. I don't know if I necessarily attribute to like an alcohol-y smell, but I get what you mean. I will throw sharp in there, and definitely hops.
Cheddar cheese.
Nope, we're not going there.
That's not.
We're not going there. Trust me, he's
not-
tried
No,
it
it was
before.
the shark thing.
He's tried. Okay, he's tried it before though. He's tried to get me to say cheese, and it kind of was cheese. It was like it wasn't, but like if you really thought about it, you're like, I kind of see a similar like creamy thing going on here. It was fucking weird to me. It's fucking weird. I couldn't drink that beer again.
When we go through the dissecting part, like probably 75% of the time, like I'm a very like visual experiencer, so
Okay.
like I'll just like give Nick descriptions of like taste and smell of like what I see when I experience them.
So you're gonna hallucinate vividly while you drink this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when I like break beer down, I do.
I get what you're saying. So honestly, after I smelled the beer from your glass, Nick, I think it pulled my rating up.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, you can take a sip out of my glass too. That'll help you.
I mean, if you're offering, I'm not gonna turn it down.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, once you get kind of the full experience,
Yeah, you gotta smink it.
Yeah, you got checked a little bit with the balls. So, to smell drink, smink it. You gotta smink it.
I was going to ask, and then
Yeah.
your balls came up, and I became uncomfortable.
You gotta smink the balls.
Swing.
So, yeah, no, it's a gorgeous smell. This is definitely a beer that is nice to smell while you're drinking it.
It does smell really good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, like I didn't think it balls.
It blocks.
I knew it hurt
It
me.
blocks all
Yeah.
smell.
Like intellectually, I knew it blocked it.
Doesn't change the fact that
It's still surprising how good this smells.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It really is. I will have to. Where'd you grab this? Tacoma Boys?
Probably.
I'll have to grab some.
No, man.
Matt, you're right. I'll have to grab some because I do really like this a lot.
I kind of smell flowers.
Okay, I'll give you some floral.
What
Yeah.
kind of flowers?
I just couldn't tell you.
I couldn't either.
Geranium, maybe? I'll throw that in.
Yeah, as a card carrying man, I can't differentiate flowers. I mean, I can visually tell you that's a rose, that's not.
I don't know that I could even get that far.
So I hate,
Because there's like different color roses, right? And there's
But
there's
it's petal
flowers.
shape, right? Like
I
like roses do the thing, and like if it was,
I just look at my arm and I'm
Sure.
like, does it look like that? It's a rose. Is
oh, is that a rose?
It's a rose.
See, I don't know.
I don't
No,
think
I-
it's a
It
rose.
might
you.
be a carnation.
I don't
Well, I
think it's
asked
a rose.
him and he said it was a rose. So I don't think so.
I don't think it looks like a rose.
But what I said is give me a rose, and this is what he did. So
He might have fucked you.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
trusting.
But look at your hand. I mean,
That was a different artist. That was a different artist. That doesn't count.
yeah, but he said that was something, and
No, he said, "Oh, that's fucked. Let me clean that up for you a little bit." And the guy who did this cleaned this up a little bit. As much you should have seen this before the different guy went over it. again.
How are you going to clean up a tattoo? Like all you can do is add it. You can't take away.
So it's hard. Do you see on the S where it's like crazy faded right there?
Yeah.
That like was the whole P, and like the rest of this word, it started getting very faded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking like it was just the lines were wrong.
yeah. Well, like this 3 here, there's no cleaning that up. That 3 is
Yeah,
fucked.
Yeah,
That 3
You're
is
stuck with
fucked. He added too many lines on this.
that
3.
looks like the unknown Pokemon.
The Mew?
No, the unknowns, like the black shapes.
I think I know what you're talking about.
That's what those.
You'll have to look it up in a
That's
second.
that one.
It looks like a dyslexic kid trying to draw a 9.
This is really good content for the podcast that can't see your tattoo. Sick. What's next?
All right, feel. Pretty. I mean, it has some carb, but it's not overly carb. I kind of wish it was a little bit more carbonated.
It's got like a
It's pretty mild.
Yeah.
like a bit of a slight smoothie texture to it.
Absolutely, especially if you get some head in there too.
I feel that.
Slight smoothie.
This is what you got going.
Oh yeah. I remember unknown now. Yeah. Yeah, you're totally right. That's what I'll say. It's Psalm 3 with a Pokemon.
Yeah.
All right, thoughts. I mean, I just like this beer, so I don't know if you have any
This
like
is
specific situations where you particularly enjoy this, or any thoughts that this brings to mind for you?
This is a really nice summer beer. I could absolutely drink this on my back porch as the sun's going down.
Oh, yeah.
This is, it's solid.
Good news, only available in summer.
I do recall you saying that.
Great news, buddy. Levi, anything to add to thoughts?
No.
So, moving on to ratings. Okay.
I haven't even looked at the ratings.
So, I'll start
Yeah.
because my opinion is the least valuable
Yeah.
here as a guest.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair. Sure.
I would put it at a 3.5 to 4.
Okay.
You gotta pick a number.
Okay, so I'll go with a 4.
You could say 3.6, 3.9, wherever you want. Yeah.
I'm going to go with 3.778.
Okay.
And partly because of what you mentioned earlier, I could use a little more carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's for me was not. I mean, it's smooth, but it's a little too smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I want a little more bite to go along with those
Yep.
flavors,
Agreed.
right? So that's what kept me out of the A section here. On
Like
the
if they
rating
had
scale.
some Bodhi's Aqua carbonation in there, you'd be like,
that'd be good. But yeah, the flavor's great. Again, good solid combination of things going on in there.
For what?
So yeah, 3.778.
Fair enough. Going 3.69, and
Nice.
I'm right there with you. I think it's a great beer. A lot of great flavors in there. I think the like bitter hoppiness kind of balances out the sweetness a bit, so that's nice. It's not overly sweet, which I thought it was going to be by pouring it. This is kind of like an epitome of flavor profile of what I love. Like it's got a bit of citrus, a bit of tropical. I would appreciate maybe a little bit more floraliness to kind of give it a crisper taste. But I'm with you. Like I said earlier, really wish I had more carb to kind of bring up the crispness. I think that would also help balance out the sweetness a little bit more too. Yeah, it's a really good beer. I enjoyed it a lot.
I am going 3.4.
Okay.
So it's good.
Yep.
I get where they're going. To me, it just
Need some work.
yeah,
Is it too sweet for you?
it is. It's very sweet,
It is pretty sweet.
and I think that's what it is. It just tastes like I feel like I should just go get a smoothie and put some vodka in it.
Well, and hear me out too. Hear me out. I think it's getting sweeter the further we get down.
Yeah,
I think up top when it was cold, when it was more carb,
Fresh. Yeah.
it was definitely more crisp and less sweet.
Yeah,
I agree. I don't necessarily dislike sweetness. So for me, that's fine. Where it's negative for you, I get it.
Right.
But I think you're right. It is getting.
I'm trying to be objective. Like I think there are a lot of good things, and maybe what it is. This should come in a 12-ounce can. If you're gonna do this kind of beer.
I think so.
You know, bump up the carbonation. Don't make it so smoothie texture like.
Yeah,
Only have 12 ounces of it for like a temperature reason.
absolutely.
Then maybe it bumps up, but like a 16-ounce can, now it's getting a little warm. It's like I'm like, I didn't go buy a smoothie today and let it sit in my car for 20 minutes, and this is kind of what it's making me think of.
We could have done less talking when we're drinking, though.
Fair enough, but like,
I don't want to feel pressured to drink a beer.
yeah, I drink it at my own pace.
All right.
I'll stop talking to drink beer. Yeah.
Sure.
So, but I'm a very firm believer that you can't just throw any beer in a 16-ounce can. You can't throw any beer in a 19-ounce can. Firmly because of
32-ounce
temperature.
Yeah.
32-ounce can is very much reserved for a specific beer.
You said 2 ounce.
32.
Oh, I said 2 ounce.
2-ounce
Like,
can.
what a waste of
A
time.
2-ounce can is reserved for the 120-minute IPA.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
what I was gonna say that you think that's a waste of time. That's all you need for the 120.
120-minute IPA by Dogfish Head. All you want is 2 ounces. Trust me.
Okay.
But it's just like big, thick, sweeter IPAs like this, I can't do in 32-ounce cans because I end up drinking them slower and then they get warm, and it's just not as good then.
Yeah.
I need like the Founders All Day IPA. I'll drink that in a 19-ounce can. Like, I'm down in it, you know. And it'll stay cold and crisp the whole time through it. So that's definitely, I agree with you, the downside for this.
So keep it in the can, get a koozie.
Yeah,
It would help.
It would help, but I still think it, like, even texture-wise too, because I don't know about you guys, I like to give my beer a little bit of swirl every now and then to kind of get a little bit of head in there.
I losing even more carbonation.
I think hazies are not great as 16-ounce beers just because of their sweetness and texture. That it's more of a commitment that you want.
Totally,
That's fair.
Yep, totally agree.
I mean, there's some hazies that break that. Like I think the Willie Mays is a lot lighter, got a lot more crisp texture, but
Not
maybe your
nearly as
opinion-
good flavor.
Your opinion might be different if you had a 16-ounce can, though.
sure, could be.
Don't know. So,
All right, well, wrap it up there.
yeah.
Jack, John,
Jack is fine.
All right, Jack.
what was your favorite part of this episode?
The beer.
Spoken like a true man. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things you want to. Tell a friend if you'd like. I don't know. Tell us if you've had any of the varieties of the three-way before. And if you like it or think it's dog shit. I don't give a fuck. So,
Yeah, because you're not them.
I'm not. If you don't fucking like it, doesn't change my opinion.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. I like it.
Put a shirt on, dude.
Put a fucking shirt on, bud.